Damian Bartonic on behalf of Fox West Texas and the official host of MMA Monday, the only MMA show in San Angelo. Look, I'm joined by a very special fighter, a Texas boy, someone that respects Whataburger just as much as he respects the fights in the cage. Adrian Yanez. Adrian, my boy. How's it going, my friend?
Oh man, it's going good, man. It's been good. Everybody getting the last name correct, man. It's cool, man. I let everybody whitewash it for the longest time. Now I got everybody saying it correctly. So yeah, no, I'm good. I'm blessed. Loving living life.
Absolutely. Hey, big dog, I haven't had an interview with you since December of 2022. A lot has happened since then. This was before your fight with Rob Font and Martinez, and
Mhm.
your previous fight where you came up victorious. Man, instead of asking you kind of how life has been since then, I guess the question I want to ask is what have you learned the most? What's something that stuck out to you as the biggest learning experience over these last 15, 16 months?
Man, no one is gonna care about your career more than you will. You know, you can have a lot of people on your team, but nobody's gonna care for it as much as you will. So you can't, like, again, you have to give up a little bit of trust and you have to communicate, because communication was like one of the worst things I was at. And it just that was kind of the biggest thing, man. And just overall just life, my just communication skills and everything just wasn't there. I didn't voice my opinions out. I wasn't like telling them what I would like, wasn't telling a lot of people what I wanted, what I needed to do. And then I got really comfortable, really comfortable. So yeah, so double C, man, I didn't communicate and I got I kind of got comfortable, just because the work was being put in front of me, and I didn't really read up on it. I didn't really do my part and study, so that was on me. That was on me. Like, I don't blame anybody else but myself for my 2023 being such a rough patch in my career. So nobody else to blame but me, so I know what I need to do to get back to the position I was at, and I know the steps I'm going to be taking. Uh, Now I'm going to be taking to get back in that picture to start putting myself in that on that title run.
Absolutely. And I mean, your 2024 started off very, very solid. I was actually in New York during your fight, your most recent fight. You won me a little bit of cheddar as well, so shout out to you, my brother. But yeah, I was actually out there for my birthday, and that was the same day that Alexander Usyk beat Tyson Fury. And my stepdad asked me like, "Hey, what else do you want for your birthday?" I said, "I want my man Adrian to come home with the victory," and you definitely did, man. Tell me, what were the emotions like, bro, after getting your hand raised now that you've been able to process it? It's been almost about 3 months since that day. So just, man, tell me just emotionally where you were at after the dub.
Man, emotionally, man, like that whole entire fight week, those like that whole fight camp was just like more of me being in a like complete different zone, man. Like, I was just like, uh my mindset was just like, I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, that's my mindset. I didn't care who they put in front of me. That was my mindset. I didn't care who it was. I got Vinicius, so it ended up being like, I guess it was solid. We're both coming off of two losses and all that stuff, so it was kind of like a fork in the road for the both of us. So it was kind of like, what's gonna go on here? I know he wanted to come and make a name off of me, and I was trying to get back in the win circle off of him. So it was just one of those things that, like, I had to put myself in that. I took myself to dark places, man. Like, it was not a fun camp. I was very like in mentally like preparing for this camp. I was like, I'm gonna go after him. I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, I'm gonna, like, it was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That was my mindset. It's like, I'm gonna kill this guy. And so going in there, I go in, I do what I do, I knock him out. He was on the ground for like a while. Like, immediately after the fight, I get up and I'm just like I was like, yep, like, this is not like my 2023 is over with. Like, whatever happened there is staying there, and that's never fucking happening. I walked up to Sean Shelby and says, "Hey, 2020 a year like 2023 is never happening again." See this, and and that's, I still feel that to right now. I still feel that right now. Man, like I can't, I'm not letting it happen. I'm trying to do whatever I can to get better. Not only just as a fighter, but as a person that a lot of my teammates look up to. They're trying to get to the spot where I'm at. And I'm trying to help them get there as well too. So for me, that's the mindset I have. Like, and I'm just fully like immersing myself into the game like how I used to. And now where I'm at, man, I'm happy. I'm excited to go train. Uh, yeah, man. Like I've been good. I've like it's just a completely different mindset rather than being comfortable my 2023. Even after a loss to Rob, I was still very comfortable. And just letting other people handle it. I was like, no, I got to do this. If I want to do this, I'm gonna have to really like pull my own weight as well too.
Yeah, and I see behind you the Deadpool poster. If I'm not mistaken, I know Deadpool, like if he gets like his hand chopped off, like it'll grow back in time. I think in one of the movies, like his hand
Yeah.
grows back. And I wanted to ask a little bit, some of your confidence was chopped, man. Whenever you lose a couple of these fights, you're down. You're kind of in a spot where you're like, man, I'm kind of at a crossroads, right? You're in that fork in the road, like you said. But for you, it seems like Deadpool's hand in this instance, your confidence and your will grew back, and it seems to have grown back even stronger. I want to know: do you agree with that statement? And if you do, uh, brother, how does that feel?
Yeah, no, it's I completely agree with like the sentiment. Yeah, like it just grew back, and like I was in this weird place professionally, not in like in fighting and all that stuff. I was in a weird limbo spot, personally in my family life, man. Like I it's been great. I've been able to spend a lot of time with my family at the same time, pursue my dreams and all that stuff. So professionally was a downer, but personally I was like it was great times. uh but being able to separate the both was my thing, like having to do and like get out of my comfort zone and you know for professional wise. But yeah, no, I definitely do see resemblances like from like from Deadpool and all that stuff. Even then, like at the beginning of Deadpool's like comic book like series and runs, like he wasn't the guy. Like he wasn't the guy who he was. He built himself into that person. Because back when he first came out in those first comic book issues, man, he was just he was just a knockoff. He was just a knockoff of what's his name, Deathstroke. That's
Yeah.
all. He was just a knockoff, and that's all he was going to be. And then a couple writers got to him and built him up to who he is now. And look at him now, man. He kind of revitalized the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's how I'm looking at it for me. For me, he's like for me, I'm revitalizing my career, and I'm gonna go out there and gonna fucking make a run at it.
Oh yeah, I believe it. And just like Deadpool, man, one of the biggest stars. You're still one of the biggest stars, one of the biggest prospects in the sport. But I need to tell you this, man. I want to see that fight with you and Payton Talbot, man. I do. I want to see it. I know you said you want it. He said he wants it. I don't know why you're not fighting at the Spear, my brother. I don't know. I mean, maybe you can tell me. Last time I checked, you're Mexican. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, bro. When can we see you again? I want to see you fight again, and I want to see this fight specifically.
Oh yeah, man. It was weird because I even have like I screenshotted it just because I was like, man, what's going on? What's going on here? Like because supposedly Peyton had did an interview with I think it was like Jason Hagholm, and he said pretty much like that call out might not even happen. So like pretty much he called me out, and after that, like within that same week, it was like kind of like that's not it's not the fight that's gonna happen next. And I was like, all right, like I was ready for it, man. I thought it was like perfect, like it was a perfect call out, especially at the perfect time. International Fight Week, all the eyes were man. My phone started blowing up, started going crazy, and I was like, damn. Like I like that fight too, man. I like that fight with Peyton a lot. He's up and comer. I think he's like two or three fights in the UFC. You know, for me, like business wise, it doesn't make sense. But me looking at him as a talent, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's a good fucking fight. Like it's a fun fight, for the fans as well too. And I like it just because, man, I want to test myself against some of the best, and he's projected to be one of the best, if he keeps everything right, and I want to be the guy that beats him before he turns into one of the best, so I wouldn't mind that at all. But yeah, but in the interview, he pretty much was like, his the call out may not happen to the end of the year, and was like Giannis is either booked or about to be booked, from what Sean Shelby told Talbot, and I'm just sitting back like, more information than I do. I haven't like I've been waiting to get booked for a while, and I'm still waiting to get booked. So, kind of goes back to kind of see, I pull that out. It's kind of just like, hey, like it wasn't on me that this fight didn't happen. I wanted this fight to happen. I wanted to get booked already. I wanted to fight already. So, this is this is where I'm at too. So, man, the Sphere would have been like perfect timing, man. Because right after my fight in May, I told them I wanted to be back August, September. I wanted to get in the ring before October. And as of right now, it's looking like I won't see any of those dates. I probably won't see till like October, November. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I wouldn't I wouldn't mind getting in there with with a couple other fighters. I wouldn't mind it at all. So whoever's next, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
Long-winded answer, but it's just like the Payton Talbott call out, I don't think has any running feet on it as of right now. I don't think the UFC wants it. From Payton's words, not mine. But and I'm looking to get booked, so hopefully I get a fight, either Daniel Santos, John Castaneda. I think a fun one for the fans would be Victor Henry. I think that would be fun as well too, so I'm just calling out guys who called me out. The Victor Henry is like, man, I'm finally calling somebody else out.
I want to ask just a couple more for you, man, and then I'll get out of your hair. When you're in this kind of intermediate period where you don't have a fight booked, right? You want to be back at a certain date. What is the training like? What is the day-to-day life like when you like? Obviously, you want to be ready. You want to have at least some sort of foundation prior to camp, right? So what is this like intermediate life like for you in between fights?
Shoot, man. As of right now, for me, man, I started getting my weight down, because I missed a fantastic opportunity not too long ago, man. A short notice fell out in I think in that London card,
Mm-hmm.
with Tom Aspinall and Bilal Muhammad and all that stuff. There was
Yeah.
a 35 fight that fell off, and uh I wasn't taken into account for a short notice fight, and my weight was a little bit too high for me to cut. I was like gonna be at like close to cutting 30 pounds in like about like close to 8 to 9 days, and I was just like, fuck, I had to pass it up, because I probably would have missed weight and I would have lost an opportunity, and it would have looked bad on my end for me showing up overweight, and yeah. So for me, I started getting my weight down. I'm in the 50s now, might be higher end, but I'm starting to get my weight down. But yeah, I'm ready to go. So right now for me, I'm still like I told my manager I'm already putting myself in some type of camp. I've already like getting ready. I'm already doing 2 a days, while I'm also helping my other training partners get ready. So while they're getting ready, I'm just getting ready right beside them, getting ready right beside them, because my training partner Rafion Stops fight September 7th, and I've been trying to show up as much as I can for him for his fight. And then also too, I got a couple training partners that are fighting the week after in a Fury card, and then the week after that in another Fury card. So it's like it's kind of nonstop for me. I'm just joining them in their training sessions, helping them and also coaching them as well too, making sure that they're getting the right work. And for me, man, it's just easy. I'm just plugging myself into those training sessions and going in with them. So for me, it's like I'm in shape. Like I'm in shape. I just need to still hone in on the nutritional aspect, where I'm trying to get my weight down in a good manner, not do what a lot of these I know a lot of these other guys do, and just like crash diet or do a lot of this other stuff and just like lose all their weight in within 2 days, and you can tell that they just look like complete shit, you know.
Yeah,
There's too many fighters that do that, man, and I see it, and I just like I want a long healthy career, and I feel like the way that I'm doing it right now is the way I got to go about it.
yeah, they look all bloated, like they look like they have the weird like gut. Their gut looks so weird, and yeah, they
Yeah,
got the Hulk Hogan gut, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. It just looks awkward. You can tell that was like
bro.
a week long cut. That's all.
Bro,
That's
I've seen it. I've seen it happen where like a fight gets like for I've seen fighters on the regional scene do this all the time, man. Do this all the time. You'll see them on a Friday and they're fat. Like they have like the fluffiness. They're fatter, you know? But then on Monday comes around and you see them and they're like skinny. You're just like, what the hell happened here?
yeah,
What the hell happened here? What's going on over here? And I'm just like, bro, like this is unnatural. Kind of find out I started knowing what they were doing, and I was like, oh, you know,
yeah,
uh no steroids, but it's
yeah, yeah,
something it's
yeah,
some other stuff. Now I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
like that's that you're not gonna last very long. This is why
No,
you're always injured. Oh, okay, I see. I
yeah.
understand now. Okay. Okay. But yeah, no, there's a lot of that stuff that goes on, and I just look at them sideways completely.
Yeah, man. My last one for you, big dog, and then we'll wrap this thing up. I asked you the last time we spoke, what did you hope your 2023 looked like? In 2024, you said, hey, in October, November is what it's looking like, but you're going to be active and ready to go if you get that call. So as we kind of get into this, third, fourth quarter of the year, man, what does this 2024 look like for you?
Yeah, so for the rest of the year, man, I want to take a fight that propels me back into the rankings. Fight somebody in the rankings or fight somebody that's gonna put me right in the rankings where I can't be denied. So like I wanna my 2024 is the start of me getting back on my feet, and 2025 is where I start making my run. Because I know this sport is short lived, and I got to make the most of it, and that's what I want to do right now. Like my 2024 finishing in this out, man. I got to go out there and make a statement against whoever they put me against, and then my 2025, man, make that run.
Absolutely, my brother. Hey, man, thank you for your time once again. It's always nice talking to a Texas boy. And hey, brother, I'm gonna give you the floor. If there's anything you want to let the viewers, the fans know, man, feel free, my friend.
Man, all right, thank you so much. I gotta give the biggest shout out to my sponsor, Complex, man. Without them, man, like I had surgery. I needed surgery right after my fight with Jonathan Martinez. My knee like was really banged up. I had to get surgery. What brought me back faster to get into a fight, man, I was uh what brought me back into fighting shape was using the recovery tools on my leg consistently, and all the recovery stuff, and making my leg stronger, like this mini electric system little patches you put on my leg, put on the leg, man, helped me revitalize myself so quick, man. It was the mini compact series, man. It's freaking amazing, man. I live and die by Complex, man. They're one of the greatest recovery tools that I've ever had. My lawyer, Chris Danuna, man, big shout out to Danuna Law Firms, man, that they've been behind my back, even behind these tough losses, and knew that I was going to come back. And then also Dialed Moods, Drink HRW, Dialed Moods, energy drink company, man. I love them, man. Fucking phenomenal drinks, man. The mango, man. If y'all ever go online and want to order you some, get the mango one, man. If you're a fan of mango, that's my top tier favorite one. And Drink HRW, man. Those little tablets, man, that dissolve, man. They just make your water taste good, and they have magnesium, and it helps you with stress. And at night, bro, my anxiety levels are high, so taking that magnesium helps me bring it back down. Hard field training day, and I take that, and I'm just like mellowing out, man. I love it.
My dog. Hey, brother, thank you again for your time, my friend. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. This is hopefully the next time I speak to you, man, will be after October, November, off another huge victory. And if you're feeling generous, man, and you don't have anything to donate to, I want those gloves, man. Give me those gloves, my brother. All
Hell
right.
yeah, man. Hell yeah, brother.